with we get to do conditionals after this. So we're just getting started. We're just getting some bare bones stuff on the table. So get this one. Tilde parenthesis A disjunction B disjunction negative C. Disjunction B parenthesis disjunction negative C parenthesis. So it is not the case that either A or B obtain or C fails. That's not the case. We know we're going to have to take that apart, don't we? So we should automatically be thinking about how we're going to take that apart. And we get C, and it is not the case that A and B occur. C, and it is not the case that A and B occur. And on line 3 we have A or C occur and A or B occur. A or C and A or B. Always following the rule, we have one connective in any sentence has one main connective and only one main connective. Line 4 we assume only A. A, that's it. And those are our assumptions, or our universe of discourse, or whatever other phrase they want to use. So on line 5, the first thing we're going to do is on line 5 and 6, we're going to go to line 1 and decompose our negated disjunction. So lines 5 and 6 is a line 1, decomposition of a negated disjunction. Now what are we going to get out of that? We're going to distribute our negation. So we have a not over an A or B, and we have a not over a not C. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is going to get C out of there. We're just going to go ahead and do line 2 now. C, and we're also going to get not A and B. And those come from line 2, ampersand, decomposition. And then we have A or C and A or B on line 10. And where do we get A or C and A or B? From line 3, ampersand, decomposition. A or C, A or B. So, done that one, done that one, done that one. Line 3, ampersand, decomposition. Line 11, we go to line 5, and we decompose a negated disjunction. If it is not A or B, then it is not A, and it is not B. Line 12, we have not B. So that's line 5, a negated disjunction decomposition. So that's the end of that sentence. It ends in a contradiction because we have A in our assumptions, and by decomposing line 5, our last step there, we got not A. So we've decomposed everything there, and we've ended up with a contradiction. So that is a truth functionally inconsistent set. Okay, going on to the next one, we will do the following truth tree. And these are the exercises at the end of the chapter section, 4.2. Then we'll go to 4.3 and we'll learn more powerful rules. We're just messing around with the and the or, the ampersand and the disjunction. We haven't touched anything else yet, so God help us when we get to those, right? We're about to get to them. First we've got to do these exercises. So what I'll do is I'll put down the two assumption lines, and then you work it out, and you pause the video, and you do your best to finish the truth tree, and then you press play again and see where we got. And on line 1 we have tilde of a disjunction This is only 2 lines of assumptions here. So we have on line 1 tilde of a disjunction with the atomic sentences inside of it H and I. And on line 2 we have either H or I occurs. Now, just glancing at that, you ought to be able to tell something about that. Whether or not it's going to be truth functionally consistent. In other words, is it going to have any open branches? Well, let's go down and see. So there's our assumptions. From line 1 we have our negated tilde, our negated disjunction decomposition. And from that we get, if it is not the case that either H or I occurs, then it is the case that H fails, and it is the case that I fails. Alright, that's lines 4 and 5. 3 and 4, of course. 3 and 4, right. Line 3 and 4. And then for line 5, we're going to branch out. And we're going to take apart our line 2. So from line 2, a disjunction decomposition. And our 2 possibilities are H and I.